What's up, guys? The next thing I want to talk about is the loaded glute bridge or hip thrust. So this has been shown in research to have very minimal stress on the low back, and so I like to use it in a lot of my back pain cases. But it's a great way to try to build tension and build capacity in the glutes without creating irritation or fear in the low back. So basically what this looks like, there's a couple of ways to do it. You can go with your shoulders up on the bench to kind of create a little bit more range of motion. Generally, I'll start people on the floor if they can tolerate the barbell across their hips. If they can't, then I may go into something like on the ground with like a foam pad on the waist with a kettlebell on top, something like that. But we have strong glutes. We have the ability to get strong engagement out of the glutes. And I think that a lot of times they're dramatically underloaded. And so today in my workout, I was adding in a couple sets of these, and so I just want to demonstrate them for you. Generally, you can load these pretty heavy with people as long as they can tolerate the barbell across the hips. I usually just dose them from the floor initially, and so I'm just going to demonstrate what that looks like. I like to keep good tempo with these, and so it's not just like, throwing the weight up and down. I like to control it on the way down and then really cue for like a good squeeze in the rear end on the way up. You should really kind of get a good glute burn towards the very top of your glutes in the back. And so if you're not feeling that, or you're feeling that more in your low back, you may be compensating by arching. But like I said, this is a great way to start getting some good load, maybe in some population that might be a little bit apprehensive to lift something from the floor. Ultimately, I would love to have everybody hinging a little bit, just because that's such a functional movement. But I think the glute bridge can be a good bridge for that, to kind of prepare people to understand, like, okay, I can move weight. This isn't causing pain, kind of desensitize the area while also getting the glutes engaged. And I recently read that the lateral hip is involved in low back pain cases 35% of the time. And so I think really a comprehensive program to cover the low back also covers the glutes. And so this is a great way to get that. And like I said, also to prep the tissue and prepare people psychologically to see weight move. So this is the loaded glute bridge and hip thrust. I'll usually just set them up, legs straight. We'll roll the bar back to the hips. And the main thing you want to get is a nice comfortable spot on the hips. Usually I'll come right off of that prominent point on the hips, and we'll come down just a little bit. You can always get a pad to go across here. Bring the feet in close to the rear end. I try to keep the head flat the whole time. Create tension up into the barbell first. Don't just kind of drive from the floor. It's almost like taking the slack out when you're wakeboarding or something like that. You want to make sure that you feel that tension. So now I'm going to hold this tension here. I'll just keep my hands resting on the barbell. Good squeeze to the top. Slow tempo on the way down, touch, drive right back to the top. And I'll usually hit like a 1 second pause at the top to really feel that glute engagement. And this is a little bit more of a working set for me. So I'll probably pump out about 12 to 15. But in the clinic, I probably would dose these in sets of 8 to 12. So that's kind of where I would start. All right, see what you think. And obviously, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. But this is another one of my favorites I like to use. EMG studies, like I said, show really good glute engagement with these. So this is a great place to start.